If you love me, please don't judge me. Got my hands tied, the power's above me. Don't shoot the messenger, I'm just a puppet here. If you wanna place blame, then look to the puppeteer. Family, fortune, envy, jealousy, privilege, passed on, legacy, secret, sabotage, borderline, felony, suicide, subtract, selfish, pedigree, yeah.
So there was quite a bit of action for stock car racing this weekend. A lot of road course action. The Kiwis' dominance on road courses continues. Prayers to Connor Zillage after that nasty injury he took in Victory Lane and Watkins Glen. And Alex Palou continues to show why he's once again him and completing his dominant season. But anyway, let's take a look at how auto racing fared this weekend. Starting off, we have the ARCA race at Watkins Glen. Yes, the ARCA series on a road course. Imagine that. And it was actually a pretty solid race. He had some pretty good battles throughout the field, especially for the lead between Butterbean Queen and Tristan McKee. But Tristan McKee would end up taking the lead from Butterbean Queen. And then Christian McKee would go on and complete the upset and win in Watkins Glen. So Tristan McKee is officially a winner in the ARCA Menard Series. And McKee makes history as he has become the youngest driver to win a race in the ARCA Menard Series at age 15. And he becomes the first driver born in the 2010s to win an ARCA race. A driver from the 2010s winning an ARCA race. God damn it, I feel old already. My beard isn't even fucking gray yet. God damn it. I feel fucking old already. But hey, congrats to the kid on winning the race. Well deserved by him. Now we move on to the Truck Series race at Watkins Glen. And Jesus Christ, this Truck Series race was a shit show. A shit show that was so fucking bad, it went to 3 green-white checkers. Yeah, remember when the Truck Series used to have a long streak of not going to green-white checker finishes? Those were some awesome times. But now we're officially back in the pre-Phoenix 2023 era where the truck drivers can't seem to figure out how to finish a race without wrecking each other like a bunch of stupid bitches. It would go to 3 green-white checkers, and Corey Heim, he would end up surviving all of it, and Heim once again gets another win in the Truck Series, gets his 6th win of the season. As Corey Heim once again adds a few more bonus points to his bucket, getting ready for the Truck Series chases. We're down to 1 Truck Series race for the chase. Oh, whoopee, the Truck Series chase is coming right up, which means we're getting closer to Heim getting fucked out of the championship for the 3rd year in a row. Yeah, all this dominance from Heim, just to end up 4th in the Truck Series championship. What a great championship format, am I right? Honestly, fuck anybody that defends the fucking chase/playoff format. Fuck anybody that defends this shit. Especially in the goddamn media. But yeah, good to see, in the end that the Truck Series learned absolutely nothing from that meeting they had after Phoenix. We're right officially back to that point where the Truck Series is slowly becoming one of the worst series in terms of lack of respect. Man, I miss when the Truck Series actually tried to be a fucking respectful and legit series. What a shame. Now we go on to the Xfinity race, and the Xfinity race was easily the best race of the weekend. Once again, Xfinity put on another absolute banger on the road courses. And once again, proven to all the dumbass boomers that keep crying about too many road courses on the schedule, which that's bullshit. There is no such thing as too many road courses on the schedule. Especially in the Cup Series, considering that 6 out of 36 races is somehow too many road courses. When ovals dominate 5/6 of the Cup schedule. Figure that out for me. But yeah, it was an absolute banger race, an absolute battle throughout the race between Connor Zillage and the Kiwi, Shane Van Gisbergen, since it's one of those rare road course races where a couple Cup drivers compete in it. But of course, the big story that was happening behind that battle As in this race, this was also Austin Hill's first return back after being suspended for his actions at Indy when he tried to murder Eric Almirola. And the question was, would Austin Hill learn anything from what happened at Indy? The answer is hell no. Because he once again tried to kill somebody again. He tried to kill McDowell, and that led to a 16-car accident. Man, it's like, yeah, honestly, with Austin Hill at this point, I'm honestly siding with Ultimate 23 Karen on banning Austin Hill from NASCAR for life. Like, what bare minimum right now, he needs to be suspended the remainder of the season. Because you would have thought he would have learned his lesson after what happened at Indy. When he got suspended for what happened at Indy. But I guess one race wasn't truly enough after all. And we all know Childress isn't going to hold him accountable because in Childress' eyes, Hill does nothing wrong. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, honestly, grow a fucking spine already, Childress, and actually hold your drivers fucking accountable. Because by not holding Hill accountable, he's just going to continue to do this fucking shit. Especially since Austin Hill feels that he did nothing wrong in Indy. It's like, yeah, he needs to be fucking banned from the damn sport. Because Austin Hill has proven that this dumbass has proven that he is mentally incapable of learning his lesson. And here's the thing about trying to teach somebody a lesson. You can't teach someone a lesson if they're mentally incapable of learning it in the first place. So yeah, I can't believe I'm actually siding with Ultimate 23 Karen on something for once. But hey, if the shoe fits, I guess. But while all that was happening, Connor Stillage was able to outduel the Kiwi as Kiwi ended up getting involved in an incident. And once Kiwi got involved in an incident, it just opened the door for Stillage to pull away and take the win. And Connor Stillage gets the win at Watkins Glen, gets another road course win. So Stillage is already developing into becoming Kiwi Jr. with those road course dominance. But of course, the big story of the race would happen after in victory lane. As Connor Stillage climbed out of the car, he would end up slipping on the door. His left foot would get caught, and he would fall all the way to the ground, hitting it head first and breaking his collarbone. And honestly, thank God he was not dead. Because I'll be honest, when I watched that, I thought he was fucking dead or paralyzed, because that was a nasty hit he took with that fall he had and hitting the ground head first. I thought he was gone. Because that was a nasty hit it took. It's like, oh, fucking brutal. Honestly, he's just lucky to even come out of that with a broken collarbone. And with that, we'll have to see what the timetable of that injury is, but that could potentially be the end of the season for him. Because that's not a second time he's been injured this year. Jesus Christ, this man, Stillage needs to figure out how to stay healthy. God damn it. Especially if he's going up the Cup next year to replace Suarez. But sadly, in terms of Cup experience, Stillage will not be getting that experience since Trackhouse is withdrawing him from the Cup race at Watkins Glen, since he's not even close to medically clear to compete. Damn, honestly, that's sad though. Going from victory to being injured. Fuck. Prayers to Connor Stillage, wish him a speedy recovery. Just a sad way for Stillage to end up going down after going up at victory. Just what a shame. Now we head out to the ARCA West Series up in Tri-City in Washington for the race of a Tri-City Raceway. And for this race would also mark the return of the man, the myth, the legend himself. As this weekend in ARCA West, it is once again time for the yearly tradition to get stiff for the Biff. With Greg Biffle officially returning once again for his one-off ARCA West race. And he even got to lead some laps in this race until Kyle Keller would take the lead for good. And Kyle Keller goes on and gets his first career ARCA West win, winning at Tri-City and trying to keep his hopes at the championship alive. So yeah, Kyle Keller plays spoiler in Greg Biffle's one-off race. Damn, I honestly wanted Greg Biffle to win the ARCA West race. So that we can really get stiff for the Biff. But no, Kyle Keller decided that he was not getting stiff for the Biff today. Damn shame. I wanted Biffle to win just for shits and giggles. But yeah, Kyle Keller gets the win. Don't worry, Biffle. Maybe someday you'll get that win so everybody can really get stiff for you. Someday. Now we head down to the Canada Series for the Canada Series' biggest race of the season, their crown jewel race, the straight race on the streets of Trois-Rivières, Quebec, for the Grand Prix de Trois-Rivières. And of course, this race in Trois-Rivières was dominated by the Palou cars of Andrew Ranger and Marc-Antoine Cameron. And both cars sporting very cool, badass paint schemes, as both of them were paying homage to the late Gilles Villeneuve, which that was cool to see both Ranger and Cameron pay tribute to Gilles Villeneuve. Especially since, spoiler alert real quick, if you haven't seen the F1 movie yet, one of the trailers shown heading up to the F1 movie is that they're actually releasing a movie next summer on the life of Gilles Villeneuve. So you see F1 really cashing in on the popularity and the boom they're getting from how successful the F1 movie has been, by releasing another movie on the famous Canadian racing legend, the late Gilles Villeneuve. So yeah, that's cool to finally get that movie and see that. You know, I still haven't even seen the Senna movie or the Schumacher thing, so I gotta catch up on some F1 stuff for sure. But yeah, up front though at Trois-Rivières, it was really a battle for the win throughout the race between Cameron and Ranger. Even despite LP Dumoulin's best efforts to try and finally get a win in his hometown, in the end, the Palou cars were just no match. He was just no match for the Palou cars. And even despite Cameron's best efforts, Andrew Ranger just wanted it more in Trois-Rivières. And Andrew Ranger gets his first win of the season, winning on the streets of Trois-Rivières, Quebec. So Ranger gets his first win of the year playing spoiler, as this championship battle continues to heat up. As once again, season-long points for the win, baby. But yeah, Ranger gets the win on the streets of Trois-Rivières, so Palou at least continues their dominance of the streets of Trois-Rivières. Now, the third straight year a Palou car has won this race, because Cameron won it the last 2 years, and now Ranger once again gets another win in Trois-Rivières. So yeah, congrats to him on the win. And Quebec sweeps the podium for this race, because Cameron and Dumoulin round out the podium, so it's an all-Quebec podium on the streets of Trois-Rivières. Some things Quebec will love to see. Now we move on to the Cup Series race at Watkins Glen, and this race just showed how much the car sucks on road courses. Because for the longest time, Watkins Glen was viewed as a race that was one of the best on the calendar in terms of road course races. Now it's become one of the most boring races on the calendar. But even though it's been boring as hell, it ain't gonna stop the Kiwi from delivering belt to ass and belt to ass 4 return to the solar ass. Of course, the Kiwi's belt powers would start pretty early, as even though Blaney got the lead off the start, the Kiwi was already plotting his belt powers. As Kyle Larson started the back, but looked like he has pace to possibly get to the front at the end. Oh, hell no. He spins out and ends up going to the garage for brake issues, and ends up out of contention. Honestly, good to have these mechanical issues now instead of in the chase. And also, Chase Elliott thinks he's going to have a competitive race and possibly get a good run at Watkins Glen and have continuous top 20 streak. Nope. His pit crew's going to botch again. This time his gas man's going to slip on a banana peel Looney Tunes style trying to fill up the car. Honestly, good call by Chase Elliott and great communication from the 9 team to tell Chase not to go when the jack was dropped to make sure it was full after the gas man fell Looney Tunes style. Like, honestly, that 9 team needs to watch out for that banana peel. But even despite that just being a freak accident, Elliott fans will somehow blame Alan Gustafson for this and call for his head once again. So yeah, anyway, let's continue on. Also, Kyle Busch thinks he's going to have a good run. Oh, hell no. Not allowed in 2025. He's Spinola's again. And he takes Denny Hamlin with him as well. Also, Chase Briscoe thinks he's going to have a shot to possibly compete with the Kiwi. Nope. Chastain's going to force you off the track in the bus stop. And also, the Legacy Motor Club Toyota's having a solid run today. Nope, not allowed either. Both Eric Jones and John Hunter Nemechek will spin out on 2 different ends of the racetrack. And also, Josh Berry having a decent run. Nope. He gets to bring out the only caution of the race with him spinning out in turn 5. And even though he got the car going, there was debris in that area where he spun out. And then pretty much after Blaney tried to flip to stage 1, he would end up losing the lead to Kiwi on pit road on pit stops. And then once Kiwi got ahead of Blaney, Kiwi was able to do his dominance once he pitted for the win and didn't try and flip the stage. And once Kiwi got the lead, he never looked back and dominated, winning the race by over 11 seconds over Buescher. So yeah, despite Buescher's best efforts, the Kiwi did not forget about what happened at Watkins Glen last year between him and Buescher. And the Kiwi gets his redemption, winning at Watkins Glen, again, his 4th win of the season. And with that 4th win, Shane Van Gisbergen has officially set the new record for most wins in a rookie season with 4. Breaking the previous record of 3 wins held by Tony Stewart in 1999 and Jimmy Johnson in 2002. And also, Shane Van Gisbergen breaks Kyle Larson's record for most road course wins in a season in 2021 with 3. As Shane Van Gisbergen has now become the first driver in Cup Series history to win 4 road course races in a season. And also, Shane is also the fastest driver to reach 5 career wins in NASCAR's modern era. The fastest to do it since Dan Gurney in 1968. Since the modern era didn't begin in NASCAR until 1972. But yeah, Kiwi, once again, his road course dominance continues. And those 4 wins will now make him currently the number 3 seed in the Chase standings, with now 22 bonus points. And now with Kiwi winning at Watkins Glen, it now raises the question, does Shane Van Gisbergen possibly have enough bonus points to possibly make it out of the first round of the Chase? Because to be honest, for the Chase, all Shane Van Gisbergen's got to do to advance in the Chase is just beat 4 guys each race in the first round. If he can beat 4 guys every week, don't matter which 4, he just got to beat 4, period. If he can do that, Shane could possibly pull off a miracle and make it past the first round. Because he's probably going to be around 20 points above the cut line by the time the Chase begins. And I think Shane could possibly pull it off if it all works out. And if Shane can make it past the first round, I think he could possibly go all the way to the round of 8. Considering that the Charlotte Roval is in the second round. But yeah, the one question I have, though, coming out of this is how long until the fans start turning on the Kiwi for winning too damn much? Just curious. Because anytime a driver starts winning a lot, fans will eventually turn on them. It happened to Gordon. It happened to Earnhardt. It happened to Bill. It happened to Rusty Wallace. Happened to Jeff Gordon. Happened to Jimmy Johnson. Happened to Tony Stewart. Happened to Denny Hamlin, happened to Kyle Busch, happened to Kevin Harvick, happened to Truex. Yes, fans actually turned on Truex at one point for winning a lot, especially during the Furniture Row days. It happened to Keselowski. I would say Logano, but Logano didn't really help his case either, with him being a dumbass most of the time. And it happened with Larson, since a lot of fans have turned on Larson too. And I think it's going to happen to Kiwi because of Kiwi's road course dominance. And I'll just say this in terms of the road course races being boring. Let's be honest, it's not the fucking track that's the problem. It's the goddamn car. Because Xfinity has proven that stock cars on road courses can work if done correctly. NASCAR, on the other hand, has done the opposite of that in the Cup Series. They've done everything but actually try and fix the car. All they've done recently is just have Goodyear fix the problem. It's like, no. How about actually stop band-aiding and actually fix the goddamn problem, you stupid bastards, and actually grow a fucking spine for a change? Yeah, but NASCAR's too afraid to do anything because of what Chevy, Ford, and Toyota say. Who gives a fuck what Chevy, Ford, and Toyota say? They don't have a stake in ownership in the sport. Alright, their opinion is irrelevant. Grow a fucking spine like Bill France Jr. did back in the day and fucking tell them how it's going to be. If they don't like it, they can get the hell out. Like, fuck's sakes, Phelps and O'Donnell and France family. Grow a fucking spine already. And fucking take control of your ownership. Instead of letting the inmates run the damn thing. Because the way NBC's been dictating the sport along with the manufacturers, that would never happen under Bill France Jr.'s iron fist, that's for sure. You can question that method all you want. In the end, it got results. Whether you agree with the methods or not, it got the job done. But yeah, I miss when NASCAR was a real motorsport. But hey, at least Shane Van Gisbergen's continuing to dominate on the road courses. But yeah, now whether he has enough bonus points to make it past the first round or not is to be determined. But yeah, and with Shane winning, it means that at least one driver is now guaranteed to make the chase on points. With 2 chase races left. Oh, whoopee. We get to find out how the best driver this year gets fucked over this fall. But of course, enough chase drama. We're going to go to a different series now and talk about a real championship battle. Of course, we have the IndyCar race in Portland. And of course, this race, Alex Palou enters in with a shot to clinch his 3rd consecutive championship, earning 121 points ahead of Palou Award. And he effectively has to just stay about 108, 109 points ahead of Palou to clinch the title. And well, this race, it started off with Palou on the front row with his teammate Christian Lundgaard. Until early in the race, Palou Award would suffer some mechanical failures, and that would put him 9-10 laps down. And after that, that effectively ended the championship right there early in the race. Because Palou needed to finish ahead of Alex Palou to have any chance at possibly keeping the championship alive. And the mechanical issues will do him in and put the nail in the coffin. Which means that trophy gets to come out of the box today. But before Palou can clinch his 3rd straight championship, he's still got a race to run. But of course, with Palou effectively having the title clinched by default, he now has more freedom to race hard and try and go get a 9th win on the season. But it wouldn't be an easy road because he had Will Power and Christian Lundgaard ahead of him battling it out, as Power would eventually get to the lead and dominate after that. And Palou had a chance late in the race to possibly steal the win away from both Power and Lundgaard until he would end up going in the grass and doing some lawn cutting while battling Lundgaard for 2nd. And after that, Palou decided, you know what, I already have the championship. I'm just going to play it safe the rest of the way. And then Lundgaard turned his attention after that to battling Power, and despite Lundgaard's best efforts, Will Power just would not be denied in Portland today. And Will Power goes on and gets his 1st win of the season, ending his winless streak, and finally gets Penske their 1st win of the season in IndyCar, winning in Portland. And of course, with Will Power winning, it now raises the question of, is this Will Power's last win with Penske Racing? Because his contract status is still up in the air. We're not going to know what truly happens with him until after the season ends in Nashville in a couple weeks. So, of course, in terms of Will Power's future with IndyCar, with Penske and IndyCar as a whole, it's currently in the time will tell category. Since, according to Power's contract, Power's not allowed to talk with any teams until the day after the IndyCar finale in Nashville. But of course, while Power's future is uncertain, one driver's future that is certain is Alex Palou's. As Palou ends up finishing 3rd in the finale, 3rd in Portland, and with that 3rd place finish, that ends the championship battle. As Alex Palou has officially completed the three-peat, and Palou has clinched the 2025 IndyCar Championship with 2 races remaining on the schedule. And Palou gets his 4th IndyCar Championship in 5 years. Just think of this. If Palou handled 2022 differently and didn't have so much drama distracting him in 2022, Palou could have easily won 5 championships in a row and became IndyCar's version of Jimmy Johnson. But yeah, Palou gets his 4th championship already, and he completes the three-peat. And now with Palou clinching the title 2 races early, all the Chase playoff slappies in NASCAR are going to use this as leverage to put a playoff format in IndyCar. And all I say in terms of an IndyCar playoff format, hell no. Keep playoffs the fuck out of IndyCar. No. Leave the championship format alone. It's not Alex Palou's fault that your driver and team is a poorly run shit pile. You can say whatever you want about Palou's clinching the title being boring and his dominance may bore fans. Some of you just need to shut the fuck up and acknowledge greatness. Because let me just say this. If Palou is clinching the title 2 races early, then he more than likely fucking deserves the championship. It just proves that nobody was on his level this year. Because at the end of the day, say whatever you want. Your favorite driver and team, they had all goddamn season to not put themselves in a position where Palou could just run away with the championship like this. And they all failed to take advantage of it. Honestly, tell them to race better if you don't want Palou to clinch the championship this early. Like, if you don't want him to clinch this early, then fucking tell him to race better. Instead of crying about it on the internet like a bunch of fucking bitches. I fucking hate a lot of motorsports fans that fucking complain about season-long points thinking it's the devil. Like, Palou fucking deserved to see the championship. He had a very dominant season. And it's good to see his dominant season get rewarded instead of getting fucked over in some gimmick chase format for entertainment. But of course, even though if the drivers say no, we're probably going to get a playoff format anyway in IndyCar since Fox now has 1/3 ownership of the sport. And let's be honest, the executives at Fox don't know a fucking thing about racing. They only care about one word. Entertainment, the big E word. That's all fucking Fox cares about, and they're gonna do anything they can to make sure what Palou did doesn't happen ever again. Cause you can mention how IndyCar drivers say that they don't want to chase playoff format all they want. Here's the funniest part and ironic part about that. All the Cup Series drivers in 2003 said they didn't want to chase playoff format as well. And guess what happened in 2004? Even with the drivers saying they didn't want to chase the playoff format in NASCAR, that didn't stop Brian France from putting one in 2004 anyway. And even despite the drivers in IndyCar saying no, that most likely is not going to stop Fox from ruining IndyCar and putting the chase format in. I'll just say this real quick. If IndyCar puts a playoff format in the sport, I'm fucking done with IndyCar. If they put a playoff format in, I'm done. I will not watch again. If they do it. Alright, it's alright bad enough that the playoffs have ruined NASCAR and delegitimized the championship into meaning absolutely fucking nothing and just being treated as a bonus. Honestly, we know how much the championship doesn't mean much when Kevin Harvick treated as a bonus. And Harvick was telling the truth in 2020 when he said those Cup titles aren't the same as the ones that Penny and Earnhardt used to win. And I'll tell you right now, if Fox puts a playoff format in, then the IndyCar Championship becomes irrelevant and meaningless, and it won't mean as much as the ones that drivers like Dixon and Franchitti used to win back in the day, and AJ Foyt as well. But yeah, IndyCar, all I say to Fox is, don't you fucking dare put a chase format. I swear to fucking God, if you put that in, I'm fucking done. See you all next week for Richmond for the Cup Series. I'm out.